a progression of changes in technology in the last century. It is best said by Edward de Bono when he said, "There's no doubt that creativity is the most important resource of all. Without creativity, there would be no progress, and we would be forever repeating in the same patterns." From the Model T to the Tesla, from the Wright brothers airplane to the Boeing 737, from the telegraph to the iPhone 14. These are all examples of inventions in the past 1900s and how they look in our modern era today. The technological advancements in the past century were very influential in many areas, but the main three areas that were affected the most was transportation, communication, and power. Transportation and many modes of transportation were invented, including railroads, cars, airplanes, and ships. Railroads were able to connect cities and made travel across countries very likely impossible and even more affordable and available. It could carry large amounts of items in one cargo and in one time. Cars were very influential in transportation, for they enabled people to now go wherever they wanted and not to rely on public transportation. They could now only pay for gas, not pay for the car or the just one time, but now they could own the car so they could go wherever they wanted, whenever they wanted. And they were fast, practical, and durable. Airplanes encouraged trade between countries. It could transport many pounds, thousands of pounds of cargo. It was very fast and effective. And it could transport, and it was commercial and transported many people. In the World Wars, people and countries used airplanes, and they were very effective in wars. In ships, they were very influential in protection of water, just like in the wars, as in the airplanes, but on water. They could also carry many forms of transportation, including cars, airplanes, helicopters, and trucks. They could transport many thousands of pounds of cargo, and was just like an airplane except on water, and connected many countries together, and also encouraged trade. The second form that was influenced by the technological advancements was communication. Many forms of communication can be found, and I have some listed, which are newspapers, radios, computers, and cellular phones. Newspapers were very influential in the 1900s and could spread journalism and news very quickly. They could be found all over in the 1900s, and everything that was new and popular was printed and sent out. However, it was not very quick and reliable in the news that they produced. The radio eventually replaced the newspapers, and people and families in the Roaring Twenties were very influenced by this, for they would gather around and listen to talk shows, or music that was being played, and it spread news very quickly. Computers were very influential in that many people could now write something such as essays and articles and news, and because of the invention of the internet, now it could be published for the whole world to see. Also, people could now do chats and live videos, which can be found, such as apps on YouTube, and showing people what they are doing live. Lastly, cellular phones influence the way we think of communication. For people can now call and text to other people thousands of miles across the globe. They could reach out to them, they could FaceTime them, see what they're doing, make it feel real as they were there. And many people described it as having a smaller computer, but it fits in your pocket. It was a smaller screen, and it also had the internet, so you could do possibly anything. This was revolutionary. Our third thing that was influenced by the advancements of the humanity can be found in power. Not power as in authority, but power as in the gas, or energy, I would better say. Gas can power cars, and it still does today. Also, natural gas generates heat and electricity for most U.S. homes. Many people need gas, although to live. Secondly, nuclear energy is very prevalent, for they are the main reason that produce wind turbines to move. The nuclear fission that emits the radioactivity in material can create heat, which then drives the wind turbines. Electricity is very prevalent in our day and age, and we cannot possibly live without electricity now. It powers lights, water, production, Wi-Fi. Everything is connected to an electrical grid. And without electricity, everything, society would fail. It also, many people are trying to get away from the gas and instead go to electric cars. Lastly, solar cells or panels are panels that convert light into energy. And the major thing that it creates are that it can produce heat and electricity for homes. It doesn't have to take electricity from the grid, but it instead takes the electricity from the light and converts it into energy, creating cleaner electricity and lowering down the electrical bill. All in all, transportation, communication, and power are important to our everyday lives. Without the technological advancements in these areas, we would not be where we are today. As it says in Daniel 12:4, knowledge is power, and we were given dominion over our world. In Genesis 1:28, God clearly states and gives us authority over the whole world. Now the problem is how we are doing and what we are using this knowledge and dominion for. We must use this knowledge to further God's kingdom, show His love to other people. We can communicate to people all across the globe. Yet how are Christians using this technology for God's good? We must use this technology to glorify God in everything that we do. Thank you.